Well, good evening, everybody. It is Brad.
And I'm Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead. Well, Yay. The sickly family homestead.
Yeah. It's just
is it just me?
I think it is just
down to just me. Well, I hope you guys are ready for another exciting and
soon-to-be classic,
a new edition of Monday Night Live. We need to have, like, you know how the gang members, they all have like a sign or a code. We can have like a Monday Night Live.
There we go.
Monday, I don't know. Why do they always feel like they gotta bend their fingers out of shape?
I don't know.
Couldn't they just go like?
With my arthritis coming, I don't think it'll work.
No.
Oh wait, actually I can.
No. So anyway, good evening, everybody. Thank you for showing up for our new time slot. We got a lot of stuff planned, and Mama's gonna have to do a lot of talking.
Oh boy, that's fantastic.
Why don't you start out? Well, the first things first. We figured tonight was going to be a little special, so we're going to kind of give you a sneak preview on a lot of the stuff we're going to be doing in the next few months.
Because there's a lot.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to look for your advice in what to do about some of these things, because frankly, we're undecided in some of these areas.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So homestead future planning is going to be the main theme. Mm-hmm. But as we're waiting for people to show up, I figured, today was a horrible tease of spring.
Oh my gosh. It was 63, I think, for a high today. Sunny, except for, in the middle of the afternoon when it decided to rain. And then it became
sunny gorgeous
again. I know. It was just this rain band that went through. And
let's just say it was so nice out that we almost considered making our dinner over a fire out in the yard.
Yeah, it's still just way too wet, though.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But what a gorgeous day. And so we actually had a chance to go on out and do a little bit of ATVing. So check this out.
Now, one of the really nice things about living kind of a homesteading lifestyle is you have an incredible amount of freedom to set your own schedule.
Yep.
And even though we're in Wisconsin right now and we're still technically, is it winter still or spring yet?
It's spring.
But we're supposed to get 8 inches of snow in the next 2 days.
Yeah.
But today it's gorgeous. Mm-hmm. It's like 60 degrees. So we're going to take this opportunity to go ahead and say, you know what, we'll do some of these inside chores when it's cold out, and they're going to take advantage of getting out on. Hey, honey, see what I see?
You see a lake, a river.
No, Aslan is on the move.
Ooh.
Now, another really cool thing about this area of Wisconsin is the natural resources. They're everywhere. And right over there, if you can see, those are actually trees being tapped. They're maple trees. And they make these humongous chains of different maple trees with tubing, and they all drain into one, big vat, and then they evaporate it and make the maple syrup. It's awesome. But these individual ones here, they just nail a tap in there, and they suck the syrup right out. And free sugar. I like free sugar.
So an amazingly gorgeous day.
Yeah, we couldn't stay out too long because, like I said,
She chickened out.
it was beginning to rain a little bit, and we've been stuck in the rain before. And when you're driving an ATV and the rain is hitting you, it's like ice hitting your face. It hurts.
It does sting. I'm not gonna lie, and that was even during when it was the summer.
Yeah.
But I don't think we would have got caught.
Well, I wasn't gonna risk it.
So she's like, "Let's go home." I'm like, "No, I don't want to go home yet."
We will have plenty of time to be able to ride, and we are going to find new trails to ride on this summer. So.
Well, and there are so many. That's one cool thing about Wisconsin. They passed a law last year where each individual city can decide if they want to have ATV trails. It's not like a statewide, mandate or ban or anything like that. So most of the towns are like, well, why wouldn't we want that? Because it
brings in income into the city or into that small area. So it's a benefit for them to have ATV trails throughout their cities.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say cities because they are cities, but they're very small towns.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of them don't have any kind of leadership at all. They're just there.
Right. But, a lot of them have, a small little bed and breakfast and a couple little restaurants. And, that's a great place to stop and spend the night and then go on another several mile trail the next day. So.
Well, yeah, and Hatfield Preppers and a few other folks have been asking about the sound of my voice. Yeah, I'm sick, but I did not want to miss out on this time with you guys.
You're getting a horse?
I'm not getting
He's
a horse.
He's getting a horse. Did you hear that? That's what he said. Hatfield Prepper said he's getting a horse.
Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. You are not cleared for a flyby. Nope.
That's funny.
However, just going back to the ATV thing, we had our 11th wedding anniversary last year. I'm teasing.
Not even close. 25th wedding anniversary last year, and we spent a couple of days on our ATVs driving around. We stopped at a bed and breakfast, and it was a blast. We had so much fun.
Yeah, she wants to do it again this year, so we might just do that.
Yeah.
So what's cool is that now so many more places are connected.
Yeah.
That would have been hard or really difficult. You'd have to go way around certain pathways to get to.
Yeah. So we're excited about that.
Yep.
And everybody is noticing that your voice is hoarse. And yes, Brad still has a cold. He started Thursday with it, and we made our natural remedies.
It's been helping.
And we made our honey, ginger, and lemon syrup, and we made elderberry syrup. I also made the water kefir, and just so you know, it's really good. I really like it.
Well, for a lot of people don't know what it is because it's kind of it's not a common thing.
Right.
So what is kefir and why do you want to eat it? Because
there's milk kefir and water kefir, or kefir, however you prefer to say it. There's some grains. It looks like it just looks like big clumps of sugar, but it's really not. And my nose is itching. And so you put these grains into sugar water, and it's a 1/4 cup of sugar, organic sugar, to 4 quarts of water. And then you put these grains in there, let them sit for a couple of days, and you have some bacteria, some yeasts and some live bacteria in this liquid, in this water, and you drink it. And it's got a bit of sweet to it, but it's got a bit of tang, kind of like a yogurt tang. So it's really, really good.
Yeah, and it's a probiotic. It's a probiotic,
yep.
And you can flavor it, I guess?
Yes, you can add fruit to it and let it sit in the refrigerator for another few days. I liked it plain. No.
No
We're
kombucha.
not doing kombucha. No alien brain fear.
It looks like an alien brain, like giving birth to some horrid thing in your food.
Well, and there's a difference between kombucha and kefir. The kefir is a probiotic, where the kombucha is more for gut health. So it's and it's got tea in it, which is it what did she say? I forget. Tea can dehydrate your body. I think that's what she said. The
Well,
black tea.
coffee's a diuretic.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So, a friend of mine, she said she prefers the water kefir because it really gives you all those good benefits for your whole body.
So, yeah,
Lemon.
Steve was saying, about the kombucha. I cannot do that stuff, man. I tried it one time and it is so foreign. And I know it's really good for you. I've seen lots of people that have excellent. So I'm not knocking it for you. I'm saying that no.
No, it just looks like something
It looks like an
I
alien
coughed
thing.
up because of my cold,
Yeah.
which is really big.
Well, and we grew up, a lot of our young adult life was in Florida. And so we would have oceanography class because we lived right out on the near the Anna Maria Island.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd take you out there and you'd find all kinds of stuff that looked like kombucha. And it was just like washed up on the shore. Hey, that's kombucha. Let's put that into a glass and drink it.
No. Yeah, and that seems tricky to me. I mean, there's a fine line between this fermenting process and then mold.
And again, if it's for you, we're not knocking it for you.
I've not attempted to make kombucha because I cannot get past this snot-looking thing that's sitting on top of something I'm supposed to drink.
Yeah. Maybe it's like what's left after a giant oyster has a baby.
No, I just said it's something I coughed up the other day.
Could very well be. So anyway.
But anyway, we're not knocking it. If you like it, that's fantastic. We just can't get past it. So
Richard Barnes is saying, please give us another rendition of In the Bleak Midwinter. You know what? I think I can do that. And actually, you know what I've been thinking about doing? And maybe you guys can help me. Because what I'm trying to find access to is a lot of the video reels that have been done throughout our government's history. If they're paid for by the government, if it's a government project, they are what is called copyright free. That it's what's the term? I cannot think of it right now.
Public domain.
Public domain, yeah. Duh. And I own a publishing company. Duh.
You're just having a little
I am.
there.
But I want to find a place where I can get a lot of the World War II kind of stuff because I really want to put some things together that talk about honor and sacrifice and what it really is to stand up for something you believe in and put together some miniature things, a minute max kind of things, but using these footage from back then, because I think there's really a need for it. Mike, if you don't mind sending me that email address or that link rather, I would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, because I think that we're at a crossroads as a country, guys, and make no mistake about it. There's a battle on for the soul of the United States, and it's not just the soul of the United States; it's for each and every person here. And one of the things is, one of many things is just the fact that everybody is so me oriented, me first. I'm, and they don't want to put in any effort. Generally speaking, stereotypically speaking, just to do stuff for the greater good, unless it's just going to benefit me first. And I can't stand that attitude. And it drives me nuts. So, we have a Bible devotion channel. Well, I do a Bible devotion Monday through Friday. It's Big Family Devotions. That's the channel. It's a YouTube channel. And one of the things that comes up again and again and again is we need to really be focused on what's going on, because I think a lot of bad things are right on the horizon, and lines are being drawn in the sand as to, frankly, what is good and what is evil. And I'm not going to get heavy about that tonight. I promise you I won't. But what I do believe, though, is that everybody here, every single one of you, there's 174 people watching right now. Each and every one of you have been gifted in a certain way. You've been blessed with either the ability to speak or the ability to draw or the ability to crochet or the ability. You are gifted at something. I don't care what it is. So the real question is, what are you going to do with that gift? I'm good at making quick videos. I'm good at editing. I'm good at that kind of stuff. I'm good at writing music and recording it. And so I want to use my talent to glorify God ultimately, but then also to amplify, to point to things like courage and honor and sacrifice, because all of those things honor God. And so anyway, I'm going to get off that soapbox, but if anybody has email addresses or a link to where I can get some of that footage, I'd really appreciate it. Yeah. So any questions before we
There was a couple. Tyler's asking how did the sourdough turn out. I actually was planning to make it this morning, but I had a doctor's appointment this morning, and so I didn't get home until after lunch, and so I did not get that done. So tomorrow I got it. I've taken it out, I fed it, and I'm gonna make it tomorrow. So
it's funny because when you talk about sourdough, it almost sounds like a pet.
That's funny.
You gotta let it rest. You gotta feed it. Then you gotta give it time on its own.
Right.
You can't be aggressive with it, or else then it'll just fall in.
Yes, you're right. That's funny.
So okay, other stuff. We've been trying to get our health a little more in check.
Yep, healthier eating, not crazy, killing ourselves, right?
Yeah. Well, okay. Here's what happened. Is we both know we need to shed a few pounds. It's not a big surprise, and so I kind of was like, I'm one of those guys that I usually go too far, and then I go, whoa, that was way too far, and then I let it fall apart, and then I find a good spot where it's comfortable, and that's what happened. I went and did the cabbage soup thing. They call it the peel a pound soup, and I could only do it for 5 days, and then I hated it. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I lost 10 pounds, but I just couldn't do it.
Right.
So now where we're at is we're eating a lot more reasonable stuff. We're like having a lot more salads, portion size is way down, more vegetables, that sort of thing. We've been going on walks, going on ATV rides. And
I wouldn't say that's necessarily exercise.
That's exercise for me. That's exercise for my soul, baby. For my soul.
Yeah.
And so, the cabbage soup thing, you're basically, for a guy of my size, you're basically starving yourself. You just don't feel like it because there's always food in there. There's always something there.
It's not a good way. So we have cut, and we've not cut out anything. We've cut back on a lot of things.
Right.
Making smaller portions, less sweets. Let's see what else. Less breads. That's kind of why I'm making the sourdough, because then he won't eat as much.
I don't go, and this is the truth. This is a funny thing about the breads. When she finally got really good at making bread, because it took years.
It did take a long time, yeah.
She made plenty of things that you could construct a house out of, and it would be there for 100 years. However, she's very good at it now.
Right.
But when she got really good at it, I became a bread snob. I'll only eat it the first day.
Yeah, that is true. Well,
it's
you
like,
would eat it as toast.
Right.
But as fresh, he would only eat it the first day.
Yeah, because then I'm like, she's going to make it again in a day or so.
Well, not if it's still there. If we still have 2 or 3 loaves, I'm not going to make more bread because that's just a waste.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, and just going back to the diet thing, I'm seeing a lot of people are chiming in. And here's the thing, guys. I don't want to sound ungrateful for your suggestions, but what you got to understand is each and every one of us' metabolism is a little bit different. There is no one size fits all that works for everybody. It's not, that's a myth.
Right.
And so we've tried, obviously, we're in our 40s. And we've tried a lot of different things over the years, and some things work and some things don't. And now that we're a little bit older, some things don't work that used to work.
Right.
So I can appreciate everybody saying, hey, this works, that works.
So we've cut our portion sizes. Like tonight, we had burgers and fries, right?
I only ate half.
I only ate half my burger. I only had, a very small handful of fries.
Yep.
So it's not like we're not eating this big humongous burger and this big mound of fries anymore.
Right.
I actually was full after I had eaten the half a burger. I am trying to eat a larger meal in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Like today we had steak the other night, so I had
A small portion.
a very small steak. It was only this big, and a big salad. That's what I had for lunch. And by dinner time, I was just really I was still not hungry.
Right.
So,
and another thing that we've been doing, and it's kind of funny, we call it the senior citizens diet plan. We eat super early. Like our dinner's at 4:30.
Yeah, between 4:30 and 5. 5 is at the latest. And if we go out anywhere,
Which is very rare.
We'll split a meal.
Yeah.
We'll both get one main entree and then a salad each. So that way we're only eating half of what we really should be eating.
And we actually still bring some home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be a slow process. I have, and I am drinking almost a gallon of water a day. These are 30-ounce containers, and I drink at least 4 of these a day.
Yeah.
And where was I going?
I don't know, just more water.
More water, smaller portions. And I have lost 4 or 5 pounds.
Yeah.
In the last almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's going to just take time. That's not something you can rush into, which would be awesome. If I could just flip a switch and it would just be gone, that'd be great. But that's not the healthy way to do it.
Yeah.
So.
And that's the funny thing is that, and through this process, we've had a lot of great suggestions, and I know you guys are wishing us well, and we appreciate that. One of the things, though, I think that stuck out the most is that, you didn't get this way overnight.
No.
And it's not going to come off overnight.
No, exactly.
And actually, when I was in the Marine Corps, I did not, just so you guys know, it's a long story. I wanted to be a Marine. Things didn't work out.
Right.
It was not my fault. It was actually because of the Gulf War. But I went to boot camp. I was in Parris Island. And they put me on this diet, which was basically salad with no dressing and water. And then I still had to PT. I lost 30 pounds in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was awful.
It was, there's a serious diet plan, though.
Yeah, go in the military.
Yeah.
No.
Well, and for those of you who've been in the military, one thing, when you got your PT gear on, the guys that were overweight, we were in the PCP, which is the pork chop platoon. And what they would do is you had big red stripes painted on your PT gear.
Yeah.
And those drill instructors were merciless. They would come over. Okay, fun little story. If you quit, or you can't, or you drop, or you just slow down. One time I just couldn't do it anymore. I mean, your arms are like jelly, and they bring you out into this thing. It's the sandbox. And what it is where you guys sleep, your barracks, outside. And of course, we were on the 3rd floor. Anytime somebody screwed up, it was run outside. You run outside, and then you're going to do PT in the sandbox. This is like super loose, deep sand, right? And so the way that it would work is one of the drill instructors would get up there, and then they, no, they're yelling at you, blah, 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 blah. And then the other guys are they're like angry drones just coming in there. And they would stare you in the face. And those Smokey the Bear hats, they'd poke you like that just to see what you'd do. They would do that.
I know.
They would absolutely do that.
Yeah.
And then you would start do your drills. And then it would be like, all right, jumping jacks now. And then you better be going. And then like 10 seconds later, push-ups now. And then you better be on your face doing push-ups. And at some point, you just all give up. You can't do it.
Right.
And one time I couldn't do it. And you know what they did to the guys that couldn't do it? This was horrible. I had to go stand out front and shout out the exercises. They made me do it to the other guys.
That's not funny.
But you know what? And here's the thing. Don't misunderstand me. I am grateful for that training. I am grateful that they make those men as hard as nails. Those women, they are hard when they come out of there. And I'm grateful because in many cases, those guys and those women, they're the tip of the spear. And I don't think that having some wussified training would help anybody out. It would cost lives.
Right.
And so even though it was really hard, I'm grateful for it. And that's why when people say, are you a Marine? No, I am not. I do not have the honor of being called a Marine. Sure would have liked to have been. So anyway, a blanket party. Yeah. That happens. That does happen. So anyway, enough about the Marine Corps and dieting. We're trying to do better. We're walking.
Right.
And countdown to drop down.
Countdown to Calf Town.
Yep.
Our cow Macy is pregnant, and it seems like it's been forever. Well, it's been since August. She was bred in August, and it's 10-month gestation. Anyway, she's due in 1 month. So we are so excited. We cannot wait. We are sick and tired of not having any good milk.
That is a reality. That is a reality.
Right. So, Grace is doing well though without it, but
we've been really pushing the Thrive
she's
and the
been
Moringa.
doing fantastic with it. So anyway, 1 month to count down to Calf Town. We also have 1 month left of school, which the kids are so excited about. This is the there's 4 more weeks to go, starting today. So the kids are happy about that. So am I, actually. I need a little bit of a break from
yeah. However, something really cool happened. We teased you guys about this in another video, in that we do homeschool.
Yes.
And the curriculum that Mama was actually planning on purchasing, we had budgeted the money and set it aside. Don't tell them this. But we worked out a deal where she's going to show the stuff in some videos, and they just mailed it to us.
Yeah.
It's like, cool.
Yeah, this is really cool. I'm super excited about this. Can't wait to show it to all of you. I using this curriculum this year, and actually we've only used it for history and science this year. Next year we're using it for language arts, history, and science, and a few electives. It has been such a great year. The kids have loved it. I've loved teaching it, and it's all right there. So it's been fantastic.
Well, I gotta say, Mama's done a great job with the homeschooling regardless, but this is the first year where there hasn't been a major meltdown moment.
Yes, you're right.
And I'm not kidding.
You're right.
I love my wife. I love my wife, but all of a sudden it'll be someday that I'll be like doing nothing wrong. I'll be like, so are we still gonna go on that ATV ride later?
Yeah. For the few last several years, that doesn't make sense.
Many much more moosin'.
Right. In previous years of homeschooling, yes, I have had meltdowns.
Where she just felt inadequate.
I did. I have not, Richard. I have not opened the boxes.
No, she hasn't.
I have not. It's been really hard. We got the 3rd box in the mail today.
And that's all of them.
That's all of them. But yes, I've had many meltdowns where I was ready to just throw in the towel and send them back to public school, saying they can deal with them. I don't want to do this anymore.
And then I had to be like, all right, baby,
you can do this.
Take a deep breath.
Right. Oh.
Find your Zen moment. Grab your chi. We're going to school.
Yeah. So it's been great. This is this is a confession moment, and I probably have said this before. This is the first year I have loved homeschooling. Like,
you've always
truly,
done it.
I've always liked it, but this is the first year I've truly loved it.
And Louis, do y'all have an Amazon wish list? No, we don't.
No, we don't.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Just for, I don't know. Never even considered it.
No, we've never thought of that.
Yeah.
Because there's not really a whole lot. I don't know.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. We'll think about that.
Yeah.
We'll pray about that because we don't want to take, something that
Right.
somebody else. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's a weird. We'll pray about it.
Yeah.
It might show up in a list. Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe we'll see.
So.
Anyway, so that video will be coming out of the unboxing this week.
Yep. Okay. Other stuff.
This.
Oh yeah. Now,
This.
a lot of you guys have seen this already, but we wanted to show you again. Dun 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 dun.
Look at that. You can see the flag.
Ooh, yeah, you
Gadsden
can.
flag.
There's the Gadsden flag.
Look at that, fellas.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That
is because of you guys.
This is so huge for us. We were so excited to get that in the mail. Brett even had a few tears. This has been over 4 years of hard work. And he deserves this award.
Not he, we, all of us.
But you have done a majority of the work, honey. You have really made this channel grow.
You know what? The honest thing is this, because I actually love editing.
Yeah. And
I love filming. The hard part about this that you guys don't maybe understand if you don't have a channel. First of all, there's not a lot of money in it.
No.
There's not. We cannot pay our bills with YouTube.
Not by itself.
Not at all. Nowhere near. And I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that people think that when you get a YouTube channel, that all of a sudden you're making money and you're pulling stuff out of the sky. No. It is not like that at all. And we have over 1,700 videos that I've made.
Yeah.
In the last 4 years.
Right. The hardest thing is coming up with content.
Well, yeah.
Coming up with
something interesting enough to watch. Something
interesting for you guys to watch.
Yeah.
It's really challenging.
So, but all that to say that even if we were, let's just say this, without you guys, without you sharing the videos, without you liking and telling your friends, hey, go check out Big Family Homestead, we never would have got there. We would have quit a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it's for those of you who are encouraging. And so I'm just grateful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Bumblebee Junction says, I can't eat off the dollar menu with YouTube.
Yeah.
And you know what? That is, it's honestly, it's hard to say that, but it's the truth.
Right. Shannon says it's an award. No,
it's a major award.
It's a major award.
Name that movie.
This is a major
award. This is a major award. Fragile.
Must be Italian.
Yeah, there you go. And actually, if you want to know the truth about the money, it's gone way down. When they started making changes to ad revenue last year, our money got cut in half, which wasn't a lot to begin with.
Right. And if you know about Social Blade and you've looked up that on Social Blade, it's not true.
It's on the low number.
It's not true in any way. So, I mean, I look at it and I laugh. I'm like, gosh, I wish those numbers were right.
I wish we were on that top end. Yeah, you better believe it. But
it's wrong. It's completely wrong.
Yeah.
The only thing it does check is how many subs you get per day, and that is true.
That is true. But what's funny about subscribers, and we're very grateful for each and every one of you. It's if you're talking about the mechanics of how YouTube works, the subscribers actually don't do as much for your channel nearly at all compared to just what you watch.
Right.
So it's one of those things. Yeah. So Social Blade is not accurate. That's correct. Go ahead and you want to go ahead and time them out, I probably think. So the play button, thank you guys. That is honestly because of you.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys know. Oh, wait a minute here. Lori Hyman says, thanks to you, I went to my first Ruby's Pantry. Told them I heard it on your channel. Cool.
Excellent.
So tell them what Ruby's Pantry is.
Okay, Ruby's Pantry is a fantastic ministry here in Wisconsin.
Central Wisconsin
and Minnesota.
Yep.
A lot of churches have these locations where they collect food that is not perfect or almost, just out of date.
Still good,
but still edible and still good. You can go with 2 big laundry baskets or storage bins For $20.
They fill it up.
They fill it. You give them $20 and they fill both of those bins. Now you can get more, you can get 5 of these batches. You can spend $100 and you get 10 bins.
Let me just tell you too, when we got 2 orders, it was more than our entire, dining room table could fill. We had put stuff on the floor.
Right.
It was just so much. They had massive things of ice cream. They had massive things of pickles.
3-gallon container of ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pickles.
And so,
anything you can imagine is all in there.
Banana pepper rings. We sent those home with David in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
they
like
love
them.
those. They eat them on everything. But,
Yeah. So anyway, Ruby's Pantry.
Mhm.
And for those of you guys who are like preppers out there, there are food missions almost everywhere we've ever lived.
Yeah.
Look them up because it's a great way. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing with the Ruby's Pantry, it is not based on income in any way.
Nope.
You can be a millionaire and go there. It doesn't matter how much money you make. You have $20 and 2 bins, you get food. It's not based on income in any way.
Yep.
So
look for those places in your world. Right now, this month, you guys know that we're Thrive Life consultants. And so we are offering a special deal, and we wanted to tell you about that before we got onto some more content. Because this month they do a sale 2 times a year where they put every item on sale. Every item. Yep. And if you get in early, you get the good deals. And to be in early, you either need to be a consultant or you need to be a consultant. And to entice you, if you've been sitting on the fence, we've got a deal right now that we're offering where you guys are going to get $118 chef pack from us for free if you jump through a few hoops.
Right. So if you decide you want to be a consultant, or if you're on the fence, email Brad. He will be happy to answer any questions if his voice allows him to. So if you purchase the Business Builder Kit, which is a $265 kit right now, then
it's all food, minus a few business things.
Right, you get a few business things and a really cool apron, but the rest is food. And they have different, they have just a huge variety of things in there. Then if you sign up for your deliveries, then we will send you a ground beef chef pack. Which is worth $118? $129.
Okay, so the sweet deal about that is, number one, even if you didn't want to be a consultant, and I don't want to sell anything. Well, you don't have to, but you get in early to the sales, number one, and you get a kickback on anything you buy.
Yep.
So it's kind of like getting a built-in coupon for anything you buy.
Right.
Then the sales, that's really the thing. And also too, I think people need to understand that when you do this, when you jump in to become a consultant, it's not like you're paying a fee and then now I can buy stuff.
Right. No, it's you're buying food to get, and that's your business, that's your kit. You can use that for samples for parties or just for yourself.
So that's what we did. We bought it for us.
We bought it for us because, we knew that we were not going to have tastings on a one-on-one level.
Right.
So
anyway, if you're interested in becoming a consultant and getting that deal from us, send me an email. There's a link down in the description below, but the email address is info, like info, .bigfamilyhomestead @gmail.com.
So, this is excellent. Dreamer's Homestead says, my grandmother had 3 gardens on her homestead. One was for fresh vegetables, one was to can vegetables or preserve them, and the other she grew for food pantries in our town.
Well done.
That is amazing.
That's well done.
Hats off to her.
That's the way.
Wow.
That's the way to go. Rose of Sharon, yeah, I did get my hair cut. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take it.
Got his ears lowered.
I tell you what. See, I've had long hair in the past, and then I've had weird hair in the past, and then I've had short hair in the past. And for whatever reason, I just kind of let it go. And then you were like, I kind of like it.
I did like it longer, but then it got too long and just
like,
completely unruly. Yeah, he has curly hair when it's long.
When it gets long.
And so as it was getting longer, it was starting to get a little curly and it just looked unruly and
weird.
And he wouldn't comb it and
well, and I don't want to buy product.
No,
product.
You didn't want to do that.
No, that is a waste of money.
Yeah. I'll buy the product. How's that?
Yeah, you buy the product. So, okay, anyway, don't forget about the Thrive Life deal. But now, on to the main topic. We are wanting to talk about
You're over half.
future.
We only have 20 minutes left.
We can go as long as we want.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That is true.
That's funny because it used to be we just stick in our hour, but we didn't want to go over Prepstead or Bobstein. But
we don't have to stick to anything.
No, I don't even know if anybody's on, but that's okay. Does not matter.
Doesn't matter to me.
So,
anyway.
Yes, I have pensively stroked my beard in the past. That is true.
You did cut that too.
I did, but it's still there a little bit.
A little bit. I like it. I like it shorter. He likes it longer, but I like it shorter.
It's like a mini me.
Well,
stroking my kitty.
We do not know on our kitties.
We do not know on our kitties.
So. Oh, wow. Anyway, when it's long, I don't really like it when it's long. It just looks like this big furry animal stuck to his face.
Mama Diana 1, she says she doesn't see the email. The email again
I'll put it in there.
is info.bigfamilyhomestead@gmail.com. Joint Chiefs of Prep. I liked your Scarecrow and Tin Man hair. That was fun. It was honestly fun, I'm not going to lie. And you know what was really fun about it is that sometimes when you were playing at a church, and if they were a little more conservative, and some of the people who didn't know what was going on, you were there and they'd start eyeballing you and watching you. And who are these guys? And you could just feel the judgment pouring on you. And then you go up and shake the hand of the pastor and they realize that you're the talent. And it's like, give them a little wink. It's kind of funny because one time I saw this. I was guilty of this. And I saw this T-shirt one time. I was like, what? And basically this guy was passing us. And it just said in big block letters, don't go to church. And I was like, what?
Yeah, it really made him.
I was incensed. And I'm like, what is this guy's problem? And I turned around.
Looked at the back of his
and
head.
It said, be the church.
Yeah.
And I was like,
okay.
Moron.
Yeah.
Moron.
Right.
Yeah, it's true. We all have those moments where we just kind of maybe judge something we shouldn't have.
Right.
Anyway, on to the topics.
On to the actual topic. So we've been in the planning stages of what we want to do this summer. I think summer will be on Wednesday this year.
Yeah, it's on a Wednesday.
Yeah, so we have a lot to do on this one day. I'm kidding. Our summers are very short here. We have 100-day growing season. So we have all of our seedlings, not all of our seedlings, majority of our seedlings are growing downstairs in the kitchen to be able to be ready to go in the garden June 1st.
Yeah.
That's when we can put stuff in the ground. That's when we can put like tomatoes and peppers in the ground. We can put cold hardy stuff in a little bit before that, but not too much before.
But the real issue is the garden.
The garden.
We have been going back and forth with what to do because the growing season is shorter here. Mm-hmm. But one thing most people don't understand is even though it's shorter, we get actually more solar energy here than a lot of places in the country because of the way the globe is on its axis and where the sun comes around. We actually get a lot of sun. So even though our growing season is shorter, it's more intense.
Right.
And so we've been questioning, do we do raised beds? If we do raised beds, how? We thought about maybe, should we try straw bale gardening? Mm-hmm. Are we going to go traditional? There's a channel that are friends of ours, and we love them to death. They, this is funny, I'm going to tell them. They do raised beds, but the Go and Batty channel, the Go and Batty channel, let's just say he works with
what? You probably shouldn't.
He has a source for getting casket boxes.
Yes, the crates that the caskets come in.
And so they're knocking the bottoms out of those and making them raised beds.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's a great idea.
But we're just knocking around like, what do we do? Because I don't want to spend a ton of money on wood
Right.
for raised beds and concrete block. Okay, maybe.
Yeah, that's really hard because we'd rub up against it and it would cut us, and so I'm not a fan of the concrete block. You can't use railroad ties because they're
chemicals in them.
They got chemicals that are going to leach into the soil. Even the pressure treated, that stuff's going to leach into the soil. So if you actually use wood, you're only going to get a couple years out of it before it rots.
Well, and I thought up here, logging is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Logging is everywhere.
Right.
We don't go a day, without 20 logging trucks going by.
Right.
I mean, even on Christmas Day, they were logging.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not lying. That's not an exaggeration.
No.
And here, there's a lot of mills everywhere, so you can get what's called slab wood, which what they do is they take those logs and they run them through the mill.
And it's the rounded, rough edges.
Yeah.
So that's what we thought about making into raised beds. But again, another friend of ours told us, no, those are going to rot out in a year or two.
Right.
And he's right.
But the other side to that is you get a bundle of these things that's
$20, $30.
But they're massive.
800, 1,000 pounds of wood.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, there's got to be enough in there to make 4, 5, 6 raised beds that are kind of like I could shingle them.
Right.
And then you're only looking at like $40 or $50 in cost.
Right. So what we've kind of decided, Carol, we could use the corrugated metal.
But that's spendy.
It's just a lot of money. And do we really want to put a lot of money into a garden to make our fruits and vegetables cost a ton more?
Yeah, exactly. And there's one of the deceptive things that people forget about. When you jump into gardening and you listen to people that are going, oh, my garden cost me, I got all these vegetables for $30 this year. No.
How much did you spend in soil?
Amendments.
Did you buy those seedlings or did you start them yourself?
Did you build your beds? Did you buy a tiller?
Right.
It starts going up.
Right. So, we thought about straw bales, but you have to inoculate them for a long time, like a month beforehand.
Yeah.
Well, we're kind of running out of time here because, everything's still kind of frozen in the ground and, it's just kind of a tricky situation. So what our plan is,
and we are reading all your suggestions.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, pallets would be great. We don't have a
there are tons of pallets around here. We just got to get into the industry side of Medford.
True.
True.
But
you got to be careful with pallets because a lot of them have oil and fuel and diesel on them.
Right.
It just gets spilled. Right. A lot of the places we're at, they would come pre-fertilized because there's a lot of blood on them.
Yes.
There's a lot of slaughterhouses around here.
Yeah, they had chicken. They had, blood on them. Anyway, so right now we're just going to go ahead and use the ground that is there. We're
going to till the snot out of it.
Right. We are putting all of our manure that's been sitting over the winter into that garden, and we're going to till that in as soon as it gets less wet.
We were having a bit of fun though today out in the garden.
We were.
You see,
I only did it once because it kind of scared me.
Oh, I'm fine. No, you see, now that all of our poop is unfrozen in the barn, we've been scooping like crazy, and Jonathan keeps breaking our trailers. He's just one of those kids where he doesn't mean to do it. It just stuff happens around him. Right. He's like one of those 8-ball kind of guys.
Yeah.
The last time he was here a few days ago, he broke a trailer.
We should have called him Murphy.
Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law. Something's gonna happen. It's gonna happen around him. Yeah.
Yeah. But we were out tooling around in the ATVs, just mixing in all the manure.
Yeah. So we're gonna. But anyway, so we're getting that manure in there just to amend the soil. Totally lost what I was going to say.
Row garden, like Bumblebee Junction is saying.
Yes, we'll do row gardens. And it has worked. It's worked for, like you said, countless generations. So why do we need to go and spend a ton of money when we have dirt already in the ground? All we have to just do is amend it a little bit.
And we've got the poop.
And we've got that. We've got loads of that. So.
Well, and I know I'm noticing a lot of people are suggesting a greenhouse or a high tunnel. All those things are great.
Yeah.
And they are great. It's just, money. It's,
right.
It's risk, or not risk, ROI, return on investment.
Yeah.
I mean, if we were to build a high tunnel, it costs us a few $100s. Well, then what was going to be $25 in vegetables now became $300 in vegetables.
Right. And we do have the framework to make a high tunnel or a greenhouse, but I priced out the plastic to go on top of it, and it's $300 alone for just the plastic. So, we're going to have to probably, I really would like to use the corrugated plastic on the roof and the sides for that shelter instead of plastic, like the sheeting plastic.
Well, what you forgot to tell them is when we moved here, we stopped. There's this massive flea market in Shipshewana, Indiana, and it's great. It's an Amish community.
That's not what I was talking about.
No, I was going to talk about the framework we bought.
No, the framework we got from Jeff.
Oh, we got two different ones.
Yeah, we have two different things.
Okay. Well, we'll tell both then.
Right.
So the framework we got, there's this massive flea market, and it's a large, Amish community, and so they're everywhere. There's food, the jellies, all this stuff. It's just, oh my gosh, everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's great. But I bought all of these aluminum pieces that you feed your pipe into, and you make either like a garage or a greenhouse or whatever you want. And we got one that was like, this was 25 feet long.
I think so. So. I mean, we've got, I don't remember how many pieces.
Well, we would have to buy the metal that goes between, and then whatever would seal it, skin it,
exactly.
Yeah.
So the plastic, Whitetail Hollow Acres is asking how long the plastic lasts. Well, that's what I was researching. The different thicknesses, the MIL, the different thicknesses of the plastic. The thicker it is, the less UV you get through it, the longer it lasts. So like a 12 mil will last you several more years, like 5 to 7 years, but you're only going to get about 88% of the UV through that. Well, so it's a hit or miss,
Well, and I saw Rose of Sharon Homestead was here earlier. I don't know if they still are, but they were the ones who were helping clean up their greenhouse, and they would actually have all the specific information, and they were actually reskinning it. So they would have more information on it, and I guarantee you that we're going to be looking into that so that we can ask them.
Yeah, no, we would not be using PVC. And now we have another structure that is...
Look at that comment.
Honestly, go hire 6. Yeah, no kidding.
Yep. Hello. Exactly.
Right. So this other structure that we have, we've got the ribs for it. Okay, and it's probably 20 feet by 12 feet wide?
I would guess.
By another probably 14 feet high?
I would guess.
So that's the one I want to put the corrugated plastic on. And I think that probably would last a lot longer here in Wisconsin than flimsy plastic.
However, I'm watching some of these comments, and they're excellent. And thank you guys for adding to the conversation.
I appreciate that.
The snow load would be something we'd really need to be concerned about.
Exactly. And my thought...
Because of the weight of the snow on the top.
My thought with that is, well, we'd have to just scrape it. Or
how do you scrape it without tearing it?
No. If it's the corrugated plastic.
Oh, corrugated plastic.
The corrugated plastic, you could pull that snow down easily.
I would think. I would think. But, I don't know. We're just enjoying your comments because this is helping us.
This is totally helping us. And we do need to get in contact with Rose of Sharon and go and just talk to them again. And
well, maybe we can invite them up here for lunch.
We can do that. They're only about an hour from us.
Yeah. So if you're watching Rose of Sharon, we're going to ask you over for lunch.
Yep. You'll receive a text from me.
You will.
Anyway.
So garden right now, the plan is to go in the ground, We're going to go old school, traditional, no, what do they call that? Out of Sweden gardening.
Sweden?
Yeah, it's very European. Out of Eden gardening, honey.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't want to do the is it out of Eden?
Honey, I'm teasing it. It is out of Eden. It's not out of Sweden. It was a joke.
I know that. Well, and that's the thing with the out of Eden gardening with the wood chips. You have to let those wood chips sit for 3 years before you can dare put them on your garden.
Right.
The pH on those wood chips is way too high.
Yep.
And and that was the friends of ours that go in Batty Channel. They did that. They got zero growth.
Yeah.
I mean, their stuff did not grow worth. Back to Eden, that's it, not out of Eden. I'm like, that's a band from the 90s.
It was a Christian band. Actually, yeah, Scott Dente, he's an incredible guitar player. He played on one of our records.
Right. So,
back to Eden.
And there was another comment, why not take it down? Well, that was something else I was thinking. This, it would probably be really heavy if we put the corrugated plastic on it with this, with the metal structure. We could probably pick it up and move it into the machine shed in the winter
there's
time.
A bus in there.
Well, no, I mean, we'd pull the bus out and put it in the very back, but that would be way too heavy.
Joint Chief says, if your roof pitch is steep enough, the snow will slide off by itself. And normally I would agree with you, but so many people's barns collapsed this year that actually had a nice tight pitch.
Right.
It was an odd thing because we got a massive snow that came out from the west, and it was like blizzard kind of winds. So stuff piled up in weird places that it normally does not.
Right.
And we were very concerned about our barn, actually 2 barns. Mm-hmm. We had to go inside the one that we use, the milking.
Right, by the milking stand.
Like if you guys know our barn, we got that big older part with the hay mow and all that. And frankly, that's either going to need some major renovation or it's going to have to come down. Mm-hmm. The front part is trash. It's useless. Yeah. We went in there and braced it up just so it wouldn't come down.
Right. And so it's it needs to be pulled down, but we can't do that until we own the place.
Yeah, it's a lease purchase.
Right. So
working on that.
Anyway, that's the thought on, the greenhouse.
Yep.
I really pigs. Sorry, I shouldn't do that. You told me not to tap on the table.
Because the microphone is
from the computer.
Yeah. Thank you, Shay. I'm trying to, I probably shouldn't be talking, but I really enjoy this time with you guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's something I don't want to miss out on.
Okay. So our next project is little piggies. Little piggies. And I know a lot of you don't eat pork, and
we're not going to debate the morality.
We're not debating that right now. We know what kosher law states, and that we don't eat kosher. So we like bacon. We like pork roast, and we like pork chops.
We want to get some bacon seeds.
We want some bacon seeds. So I've been trying to locate some
piglets.
I had this one gal that we've bought pigs from before. She's like, yeah, I might have 2 available. Unless somebody else is, unless they bow out, then, if they don't take them, then you can have them. Like, okay, well, how big are they? Well, she hem-hawed around about it, and well, they're 250 pounds. I don't want 250-pound pigs.
We want wee ones.
I want wee ones because I want to be able to raise them. I don't want us to take them straight to the butcher.
Yeah. Because that's how you can make money.
Right.
Well, not necessarily make money. You save money because if you have, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's exactly. I'm trying to save your voice, babe. So that's how we can save money by getting the piglets when they're small, 30, 40 pounds, and then raise them ourselves, giving them our scraps and our spare milk, because when Macy has her calf, she's going to have a ton of milk. When she's at her peak, she's giving us 3.5 gallons in one milking. That's 7 gallons of milk in one day. Whoa.
We don't use it all. Even when we make cheese, even when we make all yogurt.
And we need another refrigerator to be able to store all this.
Yep.
So having other animals that can utilize that milk is really a huge benefit.
Yep.
So that's the next step. Pigs, we're trying to locate a couple, and we're trying to decide where to house them.
on how to house them.
Right.
What I think we're going to do, if you're familiar with our farm, if you've seen any videos, on the other side of, or I should say the north side of the silo room that fell in, crashed in,
Right.
We've got our chicken yard out there. I think we ought to put them next to the chicken yard because number one, I don't want to smell them.
I don't want to smell them.
I don't want to smell them.
No.
And we spend a lot of time outside, enjoying Wisconsin during the summer. And so, but I'm thinking we put them in, we'll get a nice shelter for them. Some kind of, we can even back it right up against the barn.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
That three sides.
And actually, we really, the only thing that would need is shelter from the rain.
Right.
Because that side of the barn is shaded a lot. So, we won't have to worry about them getting sunburned.
Right.
But, some shelter from the rain, they might like that. But electric or hog fencing.
So I don't want to spend that money.
I don't either.
I don't want to spend that money.
I've seen there's a farmer nearby who has his pigs outside, big run, and he has 2 wires of electric that are down low. And not that I know him personally, but I've never seen any pigs escape. I've never seen his fence down.
No. However,
and he keeps in there 5 or 6 pigs.
Well, there's the question that I wanted to ask. Does anybody out there have experience with keeping pigs in? Because we've done it 4 different ways, and they've all had their pluses and minuses.
Right.
Okay.
We've used hog paneling. We've used pallets. We've used what else have we used?
Electric. We've used.
We did use electric,
but it was in addition.
Manchester.
In addition
to the fencing and the pallets, we had a lot, and we didn't have any escape.
Correct.
Did we? No.
Not there.
No, not there. No.
But so I'm trying to see if anybody's has experience with raising them. I have my pigs on 2 strands. No worries at all, says Bree.
Okay.
Only hot wire. Now, let me ask you this.
It's got to be continuous.
So do you hook that up to like a battery? Like, how does that work?
Yeah.
Because I've seen people hook up for like horse fencing. They'll use like a solar panel with a car battery.
Okay. But then what happens at night? The battery's charged.
Battery.
Okay. I gotcha. Okay. So it's not, the fence charger that we have for the cows and the donkeys is an intermittent. Pigs will figure that out.
They will figure it out and they'll go through. That's why I'm wondering, you say hot wire. Okay. And I'm just wondering, pigs are smart. You only need to scald them a few times on the hot wire. Okay. Exactly. Solar. How many volts were on your fence? Joint prep, chiefs of prep.
Yeah, so.
Oh, dang, I can't remember, but it was a good one. We got the 100-mile fence charger.
Right, it's 1 joule.
Yes.
It? Yeah.
Well, it's 1
joule. 100 miles, but 1 joule.
So, I'm just curious if it's one of these intermittent ones or if it's constantly on.
It's got to be.
It's hot.
It's hot. Mine is a pulse too.
It is a pulse. Okay. Do you have nose rings? Do you have hog rings in their nose, Jerry? We've not done that. I don't really want to do that. I understand people do that, and I'm not knocking anybody who wants to.
I don't know if I want to do that.
I just don't think that would be something that, when we had a calf that had to get weaned off of mama, we went and bought what's called a calf weaner.
WEANER.
We're keeping it family friendly, people.
Right.
Simmer down over there. I can feel the comments coming.
It's a green plastic thing with plastic pokey spikes on it. And so we put this on the calf's nose.
That's what it is.
Right? And it didn't go through the skin, the membrane.
It just holds on there.
Just holds on there. and it tore Macy up.
And she was kicking that thing.
Oh, it was awful.
And we only let it go a day before we're like, nope, not.
Yes. So we stopped that altogether.
Although that was a really fun day when you go to the store and ask for, excuse me, sir, I'd like to get a calf wiener. That was, yeah.
My kids and my husband.
They were just having fun with it.
And you harassing me about this.
Excuse me, I'd like to get a calf wiener.
Right. Okay. Joel Salatin's video, he uses 10,000 volts for fence training. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll look at it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. And we'll check out those other channels you guys were talking about. I'll do some research.
Connie,
Living Traditions and Red 2 House.
Connie says, I have mine in a pen with hog panels. Solar works well. Okay. Garbage.
Okay. So that's the next step. And we plan on getting only 2 piglets.
And we're not going to let them get as big as
we're not going to let them get near the size that we want them to get is about 250, 275.
Done.
And then done. And we might even be so bold as to butcher them ourselves.
Nope. No way.
I knew you'd say that.
No way. You know what? And here's the reality is that if there was some weird thing that happened in society and we had to do that, I know how to do that.
We could do it. Yeah.
I know how to do that. It's just messy work that I do not care for. And I'm happy to give somebody else in a local community, I'll help you support you, brother.
Right.
And, if I had to do it, I'll do it on my own.
Right.
But as long as I don't have to, I'm just not going to.
Right. So, yeah, if we have to, then we will do it. We do know how. It's so much nicer just to
I get it in packages.
And it comes here in packages and saves a ton of time.
How big did you let them get last time? Last time was a huge mistake.
Last time we had one that was almost 400 pounds hanging weight.
Yeah, it was a big
hanging weight.
Big boy.
Yeah. So that's way too big. And our pork chops, while we got tons of lard, our pork chops had this thick layer of fat around the pork chops.
It's gross.
And so I cut all of that off when we go to cook our pork chops, because that's just, no, I'm not eating that.
Well, and another thing too is the 250 pounds is not just for the quality of the meat, but it's also because we do not want to overwinter pigs again.
No, we want to just raise them now, and then like in October when it starts to get cold, maybe early November, then we take them to the butcher. So, it's
it'll be better for everybody.
We're not having to haul water while it's frozen, and or scraping frozen poo. That was the worst.
Yeah. And getting around that silo would be no fun with that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So we've got to figure out a way to put them outside next to the chicken coop where we can have, we've got the automatic water.
Right.
And then we have the feeder bins, and because we've already got all of that. Remember? Accidental Homesteader.
Yeah.
He brought those things for us, and that was a super.
That was a huge blessing, and thank you again.
Yes.
I'm running out of voice, Mama.
That's fine. Do you want me to talk about chickens real quick, or
maybe we can continue the conversation next week? You think?
We can do that, yeah.
Because here's the thing, guys. The reason why we come on and do this is not just for the camaraderie. That's great. Love it. Have a lot of fun. But it's not just also to learn, which is great. And we love it. And I'm glad you guys are sharing your information, and that is awesome. But it's also, honestly, because I feel like our country is headed for a brick wall, guys. I think I can't even put it into words.
Right.
I just know something's coming. This is a true story that being in a band for so long, you meet people all over the world, all over the country and all over the world. And about 8 years ago, when we first started doing this, I started calling my buddies because nobody could believe I was keeping bees.
Right.
They're like, what?
I thought he was nuts.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
And so I started calling my buddies, and they're like, well, that's really strange, but I just started getting into gardening.
Yeah.
And it was like somebody flipped a switch, like God flipped a switch and said, you need to learn how to do stuff. You couldn't feed your family if the store wasn't open.
Right.
And so that's what we're doing, and that's part of what this is about for us.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm willing to go ahead and hurt my voice a little bit to come and chat with you guys, because we do need each other.
Right, right. Tony's saying one thing that is interesting, and I want him to clarify real quick.
What is this about?
He's saying if you do meat birds, you can pen them together. Are you talking about penning the chickens in with the pigs?
Okay.
Because that would make sense. I just wanted to have that clarification.
Okay, I guess we're done now then.
Stop.
Well, all right, guys. So yeah, there you have it. I think it's important that we learn how to do stuff. I think it's important that we share our knowledge. I think it's really, really important. And I'm not, by important, I'm not talking about like, oh man, I need to make sure the car is filled up important. I'm saying we're going to need these skills.
Yes.
And I don't know why I know it. I just know it. It's in here. It's not like a blah, 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 blah. We should do this. No, it's in here. And that's why we live in Wisconsin. And that's why we're doing this. So please share your knowledge. Please share the videos. Spread the word. Because when you guys go out and share our videos, what happens is we can have more conversations like this with new people who've never done this before. And they go, okay, well, this isn't so bad. Maybe we can do this.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
Yep.
That's all I have to say. So I'm Brad.
I'm Christa.
You guys have an awesome night.